Swimmers, if your shoulders are hurting after swimming, the answer is not rest, and it's definitely not pushing through it. Today I'm going to show you the 3 exercises that fixed my shoulder pain for good, and I'm going to tell you right now, at least one of them you are currently skipping. So let's talk about why this happens, because I think a lot of swimmers just accept the pain as part of the sport. Like, you swim a lot and your shoulder hurts, that's just how it is. But that's not true, and I want to change that. Swimmers do about 4,000 strokes per shoulder in a single training sessions. If you're training 5 days a week, that's over 1 million rotations every year, 1 million. So it wouldn't surprise anyone that this is the most commonly injured body part in swimming. Now, here's the part that most people get wrong. The pain isn't coming from the swimming itself. It's coming from an imbalance in muscles. All of that pulling, every stroke, every catch, overworks the muscles on the front of your shoulder. Your internal rotators, the pecs, the lats, and the front deltoid. And your muscles at the back of your shoulder, the external rotators, the serratus anterior, they get left behind and become weak. So over time, the shoulder pulls forward, the rotator cuff can't stabilize the joint properly, and that's when you get the pain in the front of the shoulder, sometimes referred to as swimmer's shoulder or impingement syndrome. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, and if you've had serious pain for a while, probably best to go see a doctor or physio first. But I'm going to show you the 3 exercises today to target the imbalance. I do them for a warm-up or for almost every gym session. My shoulders have been pain-free for a very long time. These are good for you whether you're already in pain or just trying to make sure to never get there. Okay, the first exercise, I'm going to show you 2 variations. This is probably the easiest exercise that most people just skip. And you might have been given this exercise by your physio in the past, and you've just done it a few times and then just stopped doing it. But honestly, it's the one you should be doing all the time. And the first one that we're going to be doing is just a standing with a band, and make sure the band is not too heavy. This exercise is targeting your infraspinatus and your teres minor, the 2 main external rotators of your shoulder. And these muscles are the difference between a healthy shoulder and one that breaks down in the middle of your season. Every time you enter your hand in the water and you reach forward, you'll have an internal rotation on your shoulder. So your internal rotators are working harder, your external rotators are weak and fatigued, so they're unable to keep the shoulder in a stable position. This is when the head of your humerus creeps forward into the joint, and that's when you get impingement. Okay, so here's what we do. Let me just move you guys a little bit this way. And you grab the band, tie it to a wall or something, or your door, elbow in 90 degrees, chest out, and you externally rotate your humerus, your upper arm, to your shoulder, and keep your chest out. Squeeze slowly, controlled, so you're not rushing. Don't try and rush it. Don't lean forward. Keep the chest out. Everything is nice and controlled. If you're using your back too much, just get a lighter band. This doesn't have to be extremely difficult. We're just working that very small rotator cuff muscles. Okay. All right, so the other version, we're gonna go down to the floor, and so we grab a mat. For this one, you want to grab a small weight, 2 or 3 kilograms will be enough. You're gonna lie on your side, knees bent, elbow 90 degrees, and we're gonna externally rotate the weight and keep your elbow on your waist, and then just go slowly up, slowly down, just like that. Again, don't use your back, just keep everything nice and still and controlled. Now I usually do that one 10 to 15 reps, about 3 sets. If I'm doing it as a main exercise, if I'm doing it as a warm-up, I might just do 1 set of it, but about 10-15 reps. Slow and controlled. And let's move on to the next exercise. All right, exercise number 2, and this one targets a muscle that I bet most swimmers have never worked directly, the serratus anterior. It sits on the side of your ribcage just under your armpit, and its job is to hold the shoulder blade flat against your ribcage and rotate it upwards when you raise your arm overhead. In swimming terms, every time you have a catch phase, every recovery over the water, every time your arm swings forward, the serratus anterior is supposed to stabilize the scapula so that the shoulder joint can move freely. If it's weak, the shoulder blade starts to wing out. The rotator cuff loses its mechanical advantage, and over time, it's how impingement develops. Okay, so what we need is a foam roller and a band. The band is optional, but it does get a better activation. We're gonna go against the wall, put the band around your wrists, foam roller against the wall, and pull the band tight, keep your forearms parallel, and push into the wall. So we wanna round the upper back a little bit and roll up like that to a overhead position and bring it back down. Try and keep your shoulder blades protracted the whole time. That means round it to the side, so you're rounding your upper back and then rolling up. Again, this shouldn't be too difficult, but you should feel the activation here on the outside. Easy one to do. Again, 10 reps, 10 to 15 reps. I do it as a warm-up for all my upper body sections. Do it as much as possible, and it's gonna help you in the long run. All right, exercise number 3. This one is one of my favorites. If you've watched any of my other videos or you've trained with me personally before, you will already know this exercise. It is the prone snow angels. I know it looks simple, but this movement trains your thoracic extensors, your rear deltoids, your middle lower traps, as well as your rotator cuff, all in one. If there was one exercise I would do every single day as a swimmer, it would probably be this one. I do it all the time. And here's why it's good. All that sitting down, if you're a master swimmer, you're working at the desk, all that pulling through the water, it drives the shoulders forward and rounds the upper back. That posture alone puts your shoulder in a compromised position before you've even done a single stroke. Now, snow angels actively counteract that. They train your body to hold the shoulders back and down, which is exactly where we need to be for an efficient and pain-free swimming stroke. So let's try it out. Okay, so we're gonna lie face down on your stomach. Let's move the microphone here so you can hear me clearly. And hands above your head, and your face is down to the ground, but you're not resting your forehead on the ground, and you're not gonna lift your head up either. It's just gonna stay slightly off the ground. At this point, you lift your arms up, and you're gonna bring your hands in a big circle back to your bum. All right, and big circle back to the front. Nice and easy and slow and controlled. Okay, you wanna make that circle as big as possible. Try not to lift your chest up too high. And slowly move. Okay, keep your arms externally rotated as far as you can. You get to this point, and over there you can just rotate it a little bit just to get a little distance, and back to the front. Easy one, easy to do. I do this one, like I said, every single day. You can do 10 reps, 10 to 15 again, reps, 3 sets. Do that as you warm up, and your shoulders will thank you. Okay, so how do you actually fit this into your week? Simple, do all 3 of these exercises at the start of every gym session that you do. Don't touch your weight until you have done your shoulder warm up. It should take about 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't have time for 3 sets, just do 2 sets and go from there. If you're not going to the gym, you can do these exercises at home. You can still do the snow angels and the external rotation. You don't need equipment. Even if you just do them 3 times a week at home as a standalone exercise, that's gonna help you in the pool, and you're gonna notice the difference. Now, I'll be honest, it obviously isn't heavy weights, it doesn't look fancy, so you're not gonna be filming this for your highlight reel, but it's what keeps you in the water. So especially for me, getting older, I'm now 38 years old, this kind of prehab is the difference in my training and making sure I don't miss any time in the water. All right, that's all 3 exercises. The side lying external rotation for the rotator cuff, your serratus anterior wall roll for your shoulder blade stability, and the prone snow angels for your whole posterior chain. If you have any questions about the exercises, how to modify them, or if you're dealing with a specific shoulder problem, drop it in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. If this was very helpful, hit the like button. Generally helps my channel and I appreciate your support. If you want the full program I use as a swimmer, I'm making a video for you to follow along of one of my sessions. I'll put a link up when it's ready. But stay tuned and I'll see you in the pool.